referee, you got to load that one up. Hey.
Oh, got a little wink action there.
Hey. And set. The Warriors in the state final.
Welcome to ICRC-TV Sports. Tonight we are pleased to present 7th grade girls basketball from Milford Junior High School. We're going to turn it over to Junior High Athletic Director Mark Trout to introduce the players from both teams.
For our 7th grade girls game between the Wolves of West Clermont and your Milford Eagles. We would like to welcome our friends from ICRC-TV who are here taping the game this afternoon. You can catch the game later on ICRC-TV.com on demand. And now, let's meet the teams. First, from the West Clermont Wolves, number 30, Kalista Bining. Number 45, Allie Carell. Number 40, Brooke Davidson. Number 24, Corinne Hanna. Number 14, Ava Kramer. Number 2, Sammy Magnich. Number 11, Gwen Miller. Number 3, Ada Plank. Number 20, Aubrey Steele. And number 53, Jazzy Workman. And the Wolves are coached by Tori Rainey and Tessa Spriggs. And now for your 7th grade Milford Eagles. Number 1, Caitlin Tassiello. Number 3, Michaela Main. Number 5, Isabel Caton. Number 11, Aubrey Langdon. Number 12, Caroline Codner. Number 21, Violet Shaluga. Number 22, Allie McClessick. Number 23, Josie Smith. Number 32, Lizzie Fight. Number 42, Whitney Sluter. Number 44, Hadley Robinson. And the manager, Madeline O'Donnell. And the 7th grade team is coached by Adam Langdon. Let's have a great game and go Eagles!
Once again, 7th grade girls basketball here on ICRC-TV Sports. The Milford Eagles taking on the West Clermont Wolves. We have 6-minute quarters, so 24 minutes of exciting junior high basketball action to bring you tonight from Milford Junior High School. Thanks to Athletic Director Mark Trout for hosting us, and thanks to our student-led crew tonight on camera for bringing you all the action here from Milford Junior High School. Just about set for the opening tip. Taking the tip for the Eagles will be Violet Shaluga. And for the West Clermont Wolves, number 30, Callista Benning. So here we go, just about set to get underway. The referee is in the circle, the ball goes up, and the opening tip will be controlled by the Eagles. West Clermont comes out on an aggressive 2-3 zone. The ball is tipped over the end line by number 45, Allie Carell. Milford will line up in their baseline play. They split out. They were trying to get it inside, and there's a turnover. West Clermont will control it. Eagles showing a little bit of pressure early on, not super tight. Eagles in a man-to-man look coming down the court, of course. That one's going to be tripped out of bounds, ruled last off the Wolves. Eagles ball on their defensive end of the court. Eagles having a little bit of trouble trying to find someone to inbound. Aggressive defense by the Wolves. Eagles do so successfully, though. There's a pass over to Shaluga in the paint, and she's going to draw a foul. Foul's going to be called on Allie Carell. That's her first, team's first. Shaluga at the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play. High arcing shot goes off the back iron. No good. Rebound underneath, but a struggle for control. Milford's going to tie it up. It'll be West Clermont ball. Inbounding's Allie Carell. Finds someone to get the pass off to. An aggressive press being applied by the Eagles. West Clermont able to break it. They move the ball quickly down the court. There was a pass across the lane trying to get it over to Benning, but it's tipped away underneath the basket. It will be West Clermont ball underneath their own basket. Very aggressive defense again being applied by the Eagles. Both teams being aggressive on those inbounds plays. And we had a foot on the line, so it'll be the Eagles ball now. See if the Eagles fare any better trying to get the ball in quickly. Trying to get it to the big target, Shaluga, but the ball was tipped away there by Corrine Hanna of the Wolves. The Eagles will try it again. Based on the first few moments of this game, expecting a low-scoring contest with the aggressive defense being applied. Milford's able to move it down into their own half court. Shaluga tries to pass it around the baseline, run into a little bit of pressure. Ball's going to be tipped away in the paint. We're going to have a tie-up on the floor. Nope, timeout's going to be taken by West Clermont so they can maintain possession. So with 4:50 remaining in the opening quarter, West Clermont takes timeout number one. Let's take a look at that last sequence there. You couldn't see it in the shot, but Coach Victoria Rainey from West Clermont able to get the timeout before the referee had a chance to blow the whistle for a jump ball. Imagine we'll see some press break adjustments by both teams at this point now that they've had a chance to feel each other out here in the first minute or so of this game. Clock stopped at 4:50 as you see on your screen. So it will be West Clermont ball underneath the Milford basket after the timeout. Handling the inbounding duties was Carell. She's able to do so. The ball's on the floor again. Milford's going to tie it up. It'll stay with Milford. Inbounding underneath Milford basket be number 3, Michaela Main. Inbound pass over to Shaluga and another tie-up. Ball's going to go back to West Clermont. Wolves spread out a little bit but come in to easily receive the inbound pass. Magdic is able to get it in, but a turnover. At the other end, it'll be Milford ball in front of their own bench. The Eagles are coached by Adam Langdon. Eagles come into this game with an 8-2 overall record, 6-1 in the ECC. Successfully inbounded, bringing the ball down for the Eagles. Josie Smith tipped away, recovered by Maine near midcourt. Driving down to about 15 feet is Smith. The ball continues to work around. Nice pass across the lane from Shaluga over to Hadley Robinson. She gets her first 2 points of the game. It's 4-0 Milford. Ball's on the floor and a travel is called. Take a look here at the last basket. See Shaluga with the pass across the lane and then the follow up by Robinson. A couple substitutions. Jazzy Workman comes into the game as well as Ada Plank for West Clermont. Milford working the ball around the perimeter, looking for an opening. Shot's going to come up from inside the three-point line, and it'll fall through for Allie McGlesick. 6-0 Milford, 3:55. Substitution coming at the next dead ball for the Eagles. The Eagles with another takeaway. Again, working the ball around the perimeter. Desperation shots put up. It's off the mark. Rebounded underneath by Robinson. It won't fall. Eagles will continue to work the perimeter. There's a drive in, and we're going to get a foul. I believe it's going to be called on Corrine Hanna. Indeed it is. That's her first of the game. Second for the team. Whitney Sluter, wearing jersey number 42, checks in for the Eagles. The name Sluter is familiar to you. The younger sister, a couple of older brothers Selden Varsity Sports here at Milford High School. West Clermont quickly down the court. There's a pass across the baseline. It's deflected away. Sluter comes up with the rebound. Drive down, jump stop, ball up and off the glass, and it falls through for Elizabeth Fight. 10-0 Milford, 3:10 remaining in the opening quarter. West Clermont stepping up the defensive pressure now. The ball is tipped away on the far side of the court. Take a look here at replay on the last basket by Fight. Nice little jump stop up and off the glass. Gets the kiss through the iron. Milford inbounds with minimal pressure being applied. West Clermont settling back into their half-court defense. Going to stick with man-to-man. Ball's going to be tipped away that time by Magditch. Substitution for the Wolves. Aubrey Steele, jersey number 20, checks in. It'll be Eagle ball right in front of the West Clermont bench. Good look at both coaches on the sideline here for this 7th grade contest. Ball is deflected and ultimately taken away by the Wolves. Off of her Workman comes up with it. Foul's going to be called on Michaela Main. It's Milford's first foul of the game. Workman will bring it in right in front of her own bench. Gets it in to Hannah. Milford settles back in. They're going to be aggressive defensively, sticking with the man-to-man. Couple more subs on the way for West Clermont at the next dead ball. We're going to have a tie-up underneath the Wolves' basket. We'll go back to Milford. Those substitutions, number 40, Brooke Davidson, and number 45, Allie Carell checking back into the game. Carell, one of the starters for the Wolves. Milford ball underneath the West Clermont basket. Able to beat the press, bringing the ball down into the offensive half court. Sluter under some pressure now. Is going to pass it over to Main. Feed inside under the basket. No foul. Clean block on that attempt by Shaluga. And now we're going to get another foul called on Michaela Main underneath the basket. So 2 quick fouls on Main. 2:39 remaining in the opening quarter. Inbound to Magditch. Milford staying with that full court pressure defense. Forced out of bounds on the far side of the court. It'll be Milford ball. Substitution, Hadley Robinson back into the game for Milford. She'll take the place of Shaluga. A couple of more subs. Gwen Miller comes in, as well as Callista Benning for the Wolves. 10-0, 2:39 remaining in the opening quarter here. Game being marked by aggressive defense by both teams. West Clermont has yet to find answers on offense. Still working at it. Milford now down their end of the floor. Fighting through the defense. Nice pass up top, and then a give over to Main. Three-pointer falls through. So Michaela Main gets her first 3 points of the game. 13-0 Milford. So another timeout taken by Victoria Rainey. Let's take a look again at the three-point shot. There you see the ball being worked on the far side of the court. There's the pass off and the long shot. Nice high arc and falls through the basket. Very nice shot by Maine. So the key at this point, I believe, is going to be for West Clermont to try to find a way to break through this relentless Milford defense they've shown thus far in the first 3 minutes and 45 seconds or so of this game. They've been able to inbounds the ball pretty successfully, but struggling to get down and run any set plays or make any drives to the basket. A credit to the Milford defense. The Wolves come into this game with a 2-5 overall record, 1-4 in the ECC so far this season. First horn is given. West Clermont will break the huddle after the timeout they called. Coach Adam Langdon is going to finish up with his Eagles. They break the huddle as well as both teams head back out onto the court. West Clermont ball, of course, after the timeout in their offensive half court. Inbound the ball successfully to Miller. Miller's going to try to drive to her right side, puts up a shot down the right side, and it falls through. Very nice play out of the timeout for the Wolves. Still a pressure defense being applied Smith brings it down for the Eagles. She's able to hang on to the ball, though. She's going to look for something over on her left side. Thought about driving in. She's going to dish it out to the corner. Tassiello ends up with it up top. Now they're going to feed it down underneath. Nice bounce pass across the lane, but the shot will not fall. Therefore, the rebound and follow. It won't go. Sluter ends up with it, and we're going to have a tie-up underneath. Substitutions for the Wolves. Magdich and Kramer back into the game. West Clermont maintains possession. Thanks to the alternating possession rule. Whitney Sluter right there. Bring that play to a stop for the Wolves. Milford with the turnover. Unfortunately, out of bounds. Down on the baseline for Caroline Codner. Turnover, the Wolves take over. 1:22 remaining in the opening quarter. Tall pass. It's tipped away by Milford, but ultimately recovered by Benning for the Wolves. Quick pass down the court. The shot won't fall for Kramer. Another tie-up underneath. Will go to Milford. So their ball underneath the West Clermont basket. Corrine Hanna, substitution for the Wolves. Lots of quick substitutions in this game, more so than you'll see at the high school level. Milford able to break through that press, bringing it down again is Smith. Smith backs out, picks up her dribble. They're going to pass it around the perimeter, trying to find a lane to penetrate through this West Clermont defense, and 5-second call comes up as Codner couldn't find anywhere to dish the ball off to. West Clermont ball just down a few feet from their own bench, approaching the 50-second mark of the opening quarter. Long pass by the Wolves, baseline drive by Benning and a whistle. Looks like she'll be heading to the free throw line. Foul is called on Caitlin Tassiello. That's her first. Team's third the game so far. Benning at the free throw line. First shot is up and off the mark. Substitution for the Eagles, Isabel Caton checks in. Second shot on the way for Benning, with the clock frozen just over 44 seconds. Second shot will fall through. Nope. Going to have a lane violation assessed against the Wolves, so that free throw will not count. Score holds at 13-2. Milford brings the ball in underneath the West Clermont basket. Long pass for Smith. She couldn't quite come up with it. Turnover for the Eagles. Wolves are back on offense. Smith tries to make up for it with defense down on the other end. Shot's going to go up from outside by Benning. It won't go. Recovered by Milford. Milford quickly down the court. Sluter all by herself underneath, and she'll get fouled after the shot had gone up. She's fouled by Miller. That will be her first foul of the game. Team's third. Sluter will go to the free throw line. Nice shot by her camera on the stage here at the junior high school. Takes a bounce and falls through for Sluter. Couple of substitutions, Plank and Carell back into the game for the Wolves. Second shot on the way for Sluter. That one's off the mark, won't fall. Rebounded underneath by West Clermont. And she has her pocket picked. A turnover for the Wolves. Sluter came back up with the ball. She'll pass it over to Smith. It's going to bring the ball down. Across to Tassiello. Between Codner. And as the clock winds down, the desperation shot by Tassiello will not fall. So at the end of the first quarter, it's Milford 14, West Clermont 2. 3 team fouls for each squad at this point in the game. West Clermont has used 2 of their timeouts, Milford none at this point. Going to step away to a break. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment.
We scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Welcome back to Milford Junior High School. It's 14-2 as we enter the second quarter in favor of the homestanding Milford Eagles. 7th grade girls basketball being presented to you on ICRC-TV Sports. All our camera operators, students here in the Milford School District tonight. West Clermont inbounds on alternating possession. The next one will go to Milford. Drive around the perimeter. Shot goes up by Plank. It's tipped away. West Clermont able to recover it. We'll kick it back out to Miller, who will reset the offense. Very high dribble. Aggressive defense being displayed by Fight from Milford. Baseline drive and going to have a foul called underneath the basket. And that is going to be on the aforementioned Elizabeth Fight. Maybe a little too aggressive on the defense that time. Now 4 team fouls. West Clermont ball underneath their own basket. They've got to hurry up and get it in. Trying to kick it off the feet of Caton. Didn't quite work. And we're going to end up with a jump ball on the floor. It's going to be Milford's ball. Got to make sure you're going to hit something if you're going to try that trick of saving the possession by bouncing it off the defending player. West Clermont not able to do it that time. Milford now down quickly. Shot goes up off of the pass by Fight. It won't go. A little bit of a struggle for control underneath. We're going to kick it back outside. Fight shot won't fall again. West Clermont comes up with it across the baseline. And we're going to get an out of bounds call against West Clermont. Substitutions, Benning, Workman into the game for the Wolves. Fight will handle the inbounding duties for the Eagles. She's able to do so to Shaluga. Another tie-up. This one will go back to the Wolves. Milford very aggressive in forcing those held balls tonight. Take a look at the last sequence there. On replay underneath the basket, see the shot fell or hit the bottom of the backboard. Foul's going to be called on Josie Smith of Milford. That will be her first. Now the team's fifth. Starting to get close to that bonus territory where West Clermont will be going to the line to shoot free throws once we get to team foul number 7. Nice pass and put through the basket by Callista Benning. She gets her first 2 points of the game and the 4th point for the Wolves. They trail by 10. Milford, as usual, back down into their offensive half court quickly. Smith's going to back out. Has the ball stolen from her by Magnich. Here comes West Clermont down quickly. They're going to pull up. Tried to feed it over into the middle to Hannah, but it went off her fingers. Taken away by Caton of Milford. Smith right back down quickly with the ball. Pass down to the post and a foul on the way to the basket as Shaluga tried to go up. Foul's going to be called on Benning. That's her first of the game. Now the team's 4th. You're going to see it here on replay. There comes the pass down. Shaluga tries to come up with it, and then just coming in from the right side as you're watching it was Benning. Shaluga's first free throw goes through. Second shot on the way. Clock frozen at 4:23 after the foul here in the second quarter from Milford Junior High School. Second shot in and out, rebounded underneath by Workman. Very nearly a carry there, but she was able to get the ball back down quickly, it looked like. Hannah bringing it down for the Wolves. She'll pass it over to Workman. It came in a little too hot and off her fingers. Substitution, Aubrey Steele, number 20, comes in. Michaela Main comes into the game for Milford, as well as Allie McGlesick. 15-4, 4:10 remaining. Pass is inbounded to Caton. Caton's going to drive down, tried to get a pass over into the lane to McGlesick. It's tipped away by West Clermont. Now they've got to get over the timeline, which they're able to do. That one's tipped back away by McGlesick. Referee is going to call an over and back. Should have been a tip off of West Clermont, but the referee did not see it. So Milford will benefit from that. Inbound play was broken up as Maine couldn't hang on to it, and she'll be assessed a foul. That's her third foul of the game so far. Substitution coming in. Smith's going to come in for Maine, who will take a seat on the bench with 3 fouls. 16 fouls now for the Eagles. Next one will put West Clermont into the bonus. West Clermont works it around offensively. And a double dribble is called. That'll be a turnover. Milford will take over underneath West Clermont's basket. 15-4. Milford breaking the press. Smith very quickly got the ball over into the offensive half court, and there's a drive by Fight into the lane, and it was deflected away by Hannah. Substitution Miller into the game for the Wolves. Fight is going to inbound it. Tried to get it to Shaluga in the post. It was deflected away. Milford hangs on to possession. They'll try it again. Very tight bunch formation. Milford's going to hang on to it though. Nice hustle there by Fight. Milford trying to feed that post inside to Shaluga, but West Clermont's done a decent job of defending that area, both sides of the lane so far. And a whistle on the other end of the court. Foul's going to be called on Milford's Josie Smith. That's her second. That's going to send Gwen Miller to the free throw line, shooting 1-1. First shot's up. Can't get the bounce off of the back iron. It's rebounded underneath by Milford. Score holds at 15-4. Nice work there by Elizabeth Fight. She caught that pass, ran into a little bit of traffic, adjusted her release point on the shot, and it falls through. 17-4 Eagles. Milford forces another turnover, but we're going to get a foul with a push. It's going to be called on number 20, Aubrey Steele, her first foul of the game. Plank checks into the game for the Wolves. Milford with 17 fouls, the Wolves with 5. Under 250 now in the first half. The 7th grade girls basketball game from Milford Junior High School. Milford trying to find a hole offensively. Feed it underneath to Hadley Robinson, and double dribble will be called. Turnover. West Clermont ball underneath the Milford basket. West Clermont tried to quick pass there. It was nearly deflected away. Plank's going to come up with it. And a foul's going to be called on Milford's Violet Shaluga, hers first of the game, the team's 8th. That's going to send Plank to the free throw line, shooting 1-1. First shot's on the way, very high arcing, off the mark. It's deflected out of bounds by West Clermont. It'll be Milford ball down near the corner. The West Clermont offensive half court. Milford inbounds the ball, bringing it down. Shaluga. Shaluga's going to take a shot About halfway between the lane and the three-point line. It's off the mark. The ball will stay with Milford after a tip by West Clermont. Good turnout by the Milford Junior High students tonight. You can see in the shot on your screen. Milford works it around. Long shot goes up. It's over the basket. West Clermont will come up with control, but there's that swarming Milford defense. The Wolves able to break through it. Long pass, drive to the basket. Shot goes up, no good, no foul. Rebounded by Shaluga. Shaluga with a quick pass down the floor. Shot is up. And Fight will be fouled from behind. She'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Foul is called on Aubrey Steele. That'll be foul number 2 for her. The team's 6th. Fight at the free throw line. First shot on the way. Cannot get the bounce. Couple of substitutions. Tassiello in for Milford, as well as Sluter for the Wolves. It's going to be Magditch and Kramer. Second shot on the way for number 32, Elizabeth Fight for the Milford Eagles. Shot is up, and that one's good. Eagles substitution. Caroline Codner is going to come into the game for Fight. Milford loosens up the pressure, but Sluter able to steal it away nonetheless. Nice pass down to the post. Good step around move. Not getting the roll is Shaluga. And a whistle, jump ball. Haven't had one of those in a while. Substitution. Hannah into the game for West Clermont. It's Milford's ball. Hadley Robinson checks in for Milford. Next dead ball will go to the Wolves if there is one before the half. Trying to get it to Sluter. Ball's tipped away. A little bit of pressure in the corner. West Clermont fights through it, maintains possession, crosses the timeline. Being tripped up down at the other end is Hannah. Had a lot of momentum and may have tripped on the feet of one of the Milford defenders. A turnover nonetheless. Milford with possession. Coach Adam Langdon is going to take his first timeout of the game with 1:25 remaining in the second quarter. It's a 30-second timeout taken by the Eagles. There's a good look into their huddle. Coach Langdon, of course, the red pullover, going over something he wants his team to try after this timeout. The ball being down underneath the West Clermont basket. Probably trying to way to get that West Clermont defense spread out a little bit. Open up a clean passing lane in order to get to the ball inbounded. Milford's proven pretty adept at getting over the timeline quickly once they get the ball inbounds. So the Eagles are going to spread out up top, spaced evenly. Across the free throw line. West Clermont will back off of it though. Smith brings it down for Milford. There's a double team coming up. We see what the Wolves were trying to do is to trap that ball crossing the timeline, and pretty good fight for control. Ball will go to the Wolves on alternating possession. So game plan worked for the Wolves that time with the trap on Smith coming across midcourt. There's a turnover on a pass. Sluter comes up with it. Now she's going to be fouled. That was Corrine Hannah with the foul. Her second. That's team foul number 7 for the Wolves. So Sluter will go to the free throw line again. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line in this game so far. Clock stopped at 1:04. Eagles hanging on to a 14-point lead. And a West Clermont Wolves player needs to get a shoe tied back up. That's the reason for the delay. Okay, ball will go to Sluter. First shot on the way. Off the mark. Rebounded by Milford. West Clermont couldn't possess it cleanly. Milford will come up with it again. Smith ends up with it down in the post. Was Robinson. It's deflected away. Sluter puts up one from outside. It's no good. Rebounded by West Clermont, but stolen away by the Wolves. It's Robinson again looking for some help. West Clermont comes up with the ball. Bringing it down quickly for the Wolves. Tipped away by Smith. West Clermont hangs on to it, though. Cross court to Hannah. Hannah's going to put up a desperation heave. It bounces off the iron and won't go. Rebounded underneath by Smith. Smith brings the ball down. Was trying to find Tassiello down low, and pass was just a little bit out past her outstretched arms. West Clermont basket. West Clermont ball underneath Milford's basket. We'll have a timeout. Ada Planko is going to check into the game for Hannah. Struggling to find somewhere to go with it. A desperation pass to the back. It's stolen away by Tassiello. Trying to feed it inside. Ball will go out of bounds, so we'll repeat the sequence. West Clermont with possession underneath the Eagles' basket. Just under 7 seconds remaining. West Clermont needing to work quickly, but being closely guarded by Tassiello, who's going to pick up her second foul of the game in the act of defending that. At the free throw line will be Gwen Miller. She's 0 for 1 so far in this game. Looks like we're going to have a performance by the junior high dance team coming up for the fans here in attendance at halftime. Shot is off the mark by Miller. We're going to get a foul on Whitney Sluter with just 2/10 of a second remaining. Give the West Clermont Wolves another chance to get on the scoreboard here. Benning at the free throw line again. Shot goes through that time. She's now 1 of 2. Second shot, no good. And that will be the half. So Milford only able to score 4 points there in the second quarter. West Clermont with 3 brings us to a halftime score of 18-5. You're watching 7th grade girls basketball on ICRC-TV Sports. We're going to step away for the halftime break and be back with the second half of action in just a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Nick Foligno of the Columbus Blue Jackets. From the youth leagues all the way up to the NHL, sportsmanship is one thing that we can all have in common. The thrill of competing is great, but how we compete is important. Sports can teach kids so many more lessons than just winning and losing, and we can all make this experience a positive one that builds character and makes memories that last a lifetime. In the stands and on the ice, we can all do our part to make this a great event. Together, let's all respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Give it up for the Milford Junior High dance team. Also, for a little bit of fun and halftime. Oil Companies has donated $25 gas cards, and we're going to do a little shoot-in to see who's going to take home one of those Likens gas cards. If there is a representative from the Sluter family and the Fight family. The Sluter family and the Fight family. Do we have any representatives here? You're going to shoot, come on down. You're going to shoot free throw and a three-pointer over here, all the way down here. Come on down. The Sluter family and the Fight family. We need one representative. So what they're going to do, they're going to take a couple warm-up shots. You got about 5 or 6, 10 seconds or so to take some warm-up shots. They're going to shoot a free throw for a $25 gas card. You're just warming up right now. You're going to shoot a free throw for a $25 gas card. And then you're going to shoot a three-pointer for a $25 gas card. If they make both of those, they get an opportunity to shoot from half court for $100. But you got to make both of those. All right, you got about another 6 or 7 seconds here to warm up. I know you didn't come tonight prepared to make baskets, but that's okay. All right, there we go. All right, last warm up. One more each, and then you're on the line. All right. Okay, here we go. Now this is for real. So first up at the free throw line for a $25 Likens oil gas card. One of you's got to go first. All right, here we go. Oh, that was so close. All right, another free throw for the Likens gas card. Ooh. All right, now you get a three-pointer. Now you get a three-pointer. You can make the three-pointer and take home the $25 gas card. Who's up first? All right, here it is. Oh, almost the bank. All right, one more try. Come on, put it in. Oh, too short. All right, thank you for participating. That was fun. Thanks to Likens for sponsoring our Likens halftime shootout. And go Eagles!
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps! Did Pete saying mean things bother ya?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to the second half of 7th grade girls basketball here from Milford Jr. High School. Milford leads West Clermont 18-5. Milford jumped out to a big lead early in the first quarter, with a 14-2 advantage, but a very closely played second quarter, just a 4-3 scoring advantage. Gets us to where we are. Milford starts things off offensively, coming out of the half. Doing a good job of working the ball around. Nice move underneath there for Shaluga. She picks up her 5th point of the night. Very impressive move for a very tall athletic player down in the underneath the basket for Milford. Shot goes up for the Wolves. Won't go. Was rebounded by Milford, but Shaluga had it stripped away. Ball gets kicked around. West Clermont comes up with it. Shot goes up for the Wolves. It will not fall for Benning. We're going to get a traveling call down at the other end. So a turnover by the Eagles. West Clermont. Possession underneath the Eagles' basket. Just 49 seconds in to the third quarter. Milford's going to ramp the pressure back up on West Clermont. They taking the ball away there, but then Sammy Magdich was able to steal it away and goes to the basket and draws a foul. So Josie Smith will pick up foul number 3 for the Eagles. She joins Michaela Main with 3. Main out on the court at this point with those 3 fouls. At the free throw line, Magdich, first shot on the way, couldn't get the roll through the basket. Now Sluter will come into the game for Hadley Robinson. She'll take up a position down underneath the basket. Second shot off the back iron, no good. Attempted a rebound underneath by Hannah. She couldn't hang on to it. Now Milford's Main comes up with it, and it ultimately gets tied up. So West Clermont ball on the alternating possession. West Clermont having a little bit of trouble getting it in, but they're able to do so. Shot's going to come up from the outside. It won't fall for Magdich, and yet another tie-up. This one will go to the Eagles underneath West Clermont's basket. Maine was coming in from out on the wing for that to be the recipient of that pass, but a foul occurs. I believe that was on Hannah, which would be number 3 on her. The free throw line is Michaela Main. First shot won't fall. Second shot on the way. Off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Sluter. Sluter passes it back over to Main. Main back to Sluter. Sluter's going to go up. A lot of contact, but no foul. But on the rebound on the other end was Shaluga, and she's going to pick up the foul. So that foul's going to be on Hannah. Shaluga 1 of 2 from the free throw line so far in this game. Make it 2 of 3. Planko's going to check into the game for Benning. Nope. It's going to be Hannah coming out. Makes more sense with the foul situation with her. Second free throw on the way. Bounces around. So lane violation by the Eagles. West Clermont ball. Milford settling back into a half-court defense. Miller able to bring the ball across without issue before the Milford defense picks up. Jump stop from 15 feet, in and out. It's rebounded underneath by Main. Main fights through the pressure to pass it across the end line over to Smith. Main ends up back with the ball. Shot goes up, but she'll be called for traveling before the shot was released. West Clermont ball underneath the Eagles basket. 21-5, 4:05 remaining. Milford's going to go back into that full court defense. And a foul is going to be called on Callista Benning. So Milford will get possession right in front of the scorers table. 21-5, 4:01 remaining. Referee's making sure that the offensive player has room to inbound the ball, which she's able to do. Shaluga comes up with it. Driving to the basket is Fight. She's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. So Callista Benning will pick up foul number 3. You're going to see it on replay here. Didn't have her feet set. First free throw on the way is no good for Fight. A couple of substitutions. Steal for the Wolves. And Robinson back into the game for the Eagles. Elizabeth Fite's second free throw on the way. This one, nothing but nylon. 2 of 4 from the free throw line and 4 more points. A drive down by Gwen Miller, but a foul is going to be called out on the floor on Elizabeth Fite. That'll be number 2 for her. Team second so far here in the second half. Actually, I believe that might have been on Sluter. Again, driving around, pass across the baseline, intending to get that ball over to Correll. She couldn't hang on to it. West Clermont regains possession, though. Shot goes up underneath. Robinson's going to come up with it for Milford. Trying to move the ball down quickly, but a double dribble. This Fight couldn't quite get it out of her hands in time. Workman's going to check back into the game for the Wolves. She'll take the place of Correll. 22-5, under 3.5 now here in the third quarter. A little bit of a tricky situation there right at the midcourt stripe for Gwen Miller. Almost had her momentum take her over there a moment ago. West Clermont able to hang on to possession, though, despite this aggressive Milford defense. There's a pass across the lane to Workman. She'll be fouled in the process. So Hadley Robinson will pick up a foul, sending Workman to the free throw line for a pair. Shots on the way. Tassiello back into the game for the Eagles. Workman's second shot on the way. Hits a back iron, no good. It's rebounded underneath the basket by Fite. She'll get the ball back over to Maine. They have Sluter underneath. Sluter ran into a little bit of trouble trying to get the shot up. That's going to be a foul on Ada Planko of West Clermont. Foul number 5 this half for the Wolves. Got the 5 fouls quickly here in the third quarter. Just in about 3.5 minutes. Shot goes up and another foul underneath. So Aubrey Steele will pick up foul number 3. That'll send Whitney Sluter back to the free throw line where she's 1 of 3 tonight. First shot off the mark. Substitution on the way. Caroline Codner checking in for Milford. Sluter's second shot gets the bank off the back glass. 23-6 Eagles. Milford settling back into that half-court defense. Magnich brings the ball down, able to find the basket. Took care of that one all by herself. Her first points of the game, 23-6. Maine brings it across from Milford where she's met by Magnich. Playing defense, she's going to try her left side. Magnich catches up with her. Pass off to Tassiello. It's going to go back down to Maine, now way back up top. Sluter is going to be fouled right at midcourt. Ada Planko came in a little aggressively after Sluter with the ball, and now we're in that bonus situation. Brooke Davidson checks into the game. Sluter will go to the free throw line and shoot 1-1. She made her last one, as you'll recall, just a few seconds ago from the charity stripe. Shots on the way. Does not get the bank off the glass. Rebounded underneath by Magnich. She brings it down quickly for the Wolves. The outlet pass, but kicked back in. Miller was not going to have a good shot at it. Was trailing out of bounds. Milford comes up with possession on the ensuing shot and back down quickly. Turnover by the Eagles. Here comes Miller back down. She was being guarded underneath by Maine. And the ball was last off of West Clermont. It'll be Eagles ball. Isabel Caton checks into the game for Milford. They bring it in underneath the Wolves basket, approaching 150 now in the third quarter. 17 fouls for the Wolves, just 3 for the Eagles so far here in the third quarter. Shot comes in from the perimeters, off the mark, won't fall. Coming in to steal away possession was West Clermont. Desperation pass, a couple players get tripped up in midcourt, no whistle. Coach Rainey thought there should have been a call there. Shot's going to go up underneath by Robinson, and she'll be fouled. Going to be on Sammy Magdich, her first foul of the game. Robinson will go to the free throw line for the first time this evening. Her team in front by 15 with 1:26 remaining. First shot on the way, off the mark. Couple of substitutions. McGlesick in for Milford, and Carell back in for the Wolves. Second shot on the way for Robinson. That one in and out. Can't get the bounce. Going to last be off of Milford, so West Clermont ball. Carell inbounds it to Miller. Miller going to be met at half court. Drive in by Davidson. It's not going to get very far with it. Ultimately a travel call. Substitution for the Wolves. Ava Kramer checks in. Wolves ball underneath their own basket. They're able to get it in. All alone right up top for a long three, high arcing three. Point shot put up by Planko. It doesn't go. West Clermont ball once again underneath their own basket. They come out of the stack, trying to find somewhere to go. Tried to force it into Miller. She had a hard time coming up with it, but ultimately does. Heaved up a shot. Now there's a struggle for control in the lane as Carell is being wrestled with by two Milford defenders for the ball. It's Eagles ball. An alternating possession. Under a minute now here in the third quarter. Milford out in front by 15. Foul's going to be called on Milford's Caroline Codner. That's her first of the game. Bringing the ball down is Miller. Long three-pointer comes up from the outside, no good. Caton is going to tip it back in underneath, but a foul on the ensuing shot after that tip. So Michaela Main's going to pick up foul number 4. That's going to send Magdich to the free throw line. Missed her lone attempt earlier in the game so far. The shot's on the way. Can't get the bounce off of the glass and then the front iron. A couple of substitutions for Milford. It's going to be Smith and Shaluga checking in. Second shot on the way for Magdich. Didn't hit the rim. Shot was off the mark. Came in a little bit too much arc. Score holds at 23-8. Just under 36 seconds remaining in the third quarter. West Clermont's going to try that trap again, at least give the appearance so. Didn't work out. Milford moving the ball around, trying to fight through this West Clermont defense. Smith comes back up with it, up top. Spin move in the lane, shot won't go for Caton. West Clermont comes up with the ball, moves it down, going straight to the basket. But the shot was bending, it was off the mark. Rebound West Clermont, three-pointer comes up, it's no good. That shot was taken by Carell. So pretty even into the quarter, but Milford with a 5-0 scoring advantage. They were able to hold the Wolves scoreless. save for the one free throw. Actually, correction on that, 3 points scored by the Wolves, so 5-3 scoring advantage for the Eagles. 23-8 after 3 quarters of action. West Clermont's come a little more aggressive offensively. We've seen a few more 3-point shots come up coming out of halftime. Trying to up the tempo a little bit offensively, getting to the basket quickly. Milford has discussed a few times, settled back into a half-court defense. 15-point spread with 6 minutes to go. There's Coach Adam Langdon trying to get his Eagles to 9-2 overall, and 7-1 in the ECC. It's going to be Milford ball on the far side of the court. Handling the inbounding duties will be Jazzy Workman. Looking to get it in to Sammy Magdich, who will bring the ball down offensively. She's going to find Eagles defense waiting for her as soon as she comes across the line. Indeed she does. Trying to get it to Magdich down underneath the basket, deflected away. Wolves ball. Line up a 3-player stack, 1 rover. Now they'll try to break up that stack. They were trying to get it in to Benning. Couldn't quite come up with it. So it will be Milford ball. Underneath the Wolves basket. The ball successfully inbounded to Shaluga. Shaluga back up top to Smith. Smith looking for something on the right side. Gets around one defender. Nice pass underneath to Caton. Caton's shot goes up, will not fall. Rebound underneath by McGlesick. In heavy traffic, that shot won't fall. Here come the Wolves. Magdich over to the left side, trying to drive in to Planko. The ball was stripped away. Shaluga back down, is going to dish it off. Her shot won't fall. That's Codner. Wolves come up with the balls approaching the 5-minute mark. Long 3-pointer goes up. Will not fall for Steele. Smith's going to pull up now. Cross court to Codner. Codner looking for Shaluga inside. Step around move, deflected away. Ball will stay with the Eagles underneath their own basket. Substitution on the way for the Wolves. West Clermont gets the takeaway, but Milford's going to get it right back. Smith got it over to Shaluga quickly. Shaluga came up with it. Shot goes up by Caton. It won't fall, and another tie up underneath. Eagles substitution. Fight's going to check back into the game for Codner. As well as Whitney Sluter coming into the game for Shaluga. Eagles ball. Shot comes up from the left side, hits the side of the iron, won't fall through for a fight. West Clermont quickly drives down, and Planko has it stripped away as she was heading toward the basket. Wolves ball underneath their own basket. Workman going to handle the inbounds to Magdich. Magdich puts up a quick shot. It's off the mark. Fight comes up with it, gets it back to Smith. Smith's going to try the left side this time. She's got McGlesick up top to Fight. Now baseline drive, shot won't fall for Caton. Mass substitutions on the way for the Wolves. They're going to switch out all 5 at the next dead ball. 3-point shot goes up, and it's off the mark. Milford ball. said, all 5 players on the floor being changed out by the Wolves. So Miller, Hannah are into the game, as well as Davidson, Kramer, and trying to track down that last one, Carell, I believe. Okay, under 3:40 now remaining in the game. Milford still leading by 15. Miller's going to bring it down for the Wolves. Pass over to the left side, looking inside. But a foul is going to be called on Milford's Isabel Caton. Wolves ball underneath their own basket. Spread out, looking for a screen, trying to get somebody open. Finally a high pass up top to Hannah. Ball stripped away by Sluter, but a travel call. Ball will stay with the Wolves. So Sluter had the ball high and was trying to step through it, and the referee's going to rule that it was a travel. West Clermont able to get the ball in. Shot goes up and a foul. Assuming that'll be on what's going to be on McGlesick. So that's going to send Hannah to the free throw line for 1-1. This is her first trip to the free throw line in this game. First shot finds its way. Second shot on the way. Michaela Main checks back in for the Eagles in place of Josie Smith. Second shot is up and falls through. Successful trip to the free throw line for the Wolves. All alone up top is the Eagles fight. Looking around for somewhere to go with the ball. She'll keep her dribble. Rotates over toward the right side where they have Sluter, trying to get it back inside to fight. Ball's tipped away, and now we're going to get a reaching foul, I believe, on fight. And there it is. Both teams now in the bonus situation, of course. Got the free throw line is Hannah. First shot. Can't get the bounce. Rebounded underneath by Caton. Ball worked its way over to fight. And then down to Caton. West Clermont comes up with it. Solo trip down by Miller. She'll pull up. Shot bounces around, won't fall through. Milford comes up with it down in front of the basket. Long pass down to fight. Sluter had come up with it. Shot was put up from the outside before we get a whistle. Ava Kramer picks up a foul and another 5-person substitution on the way for the Wolves after the first shot by Sluter. Shots off the mark. We had Magdich, Plenko, Benning coming into the game, Workman. Second shot won't go for Sluter. Magdich bringing it down. Goes to her left side. Driving in is Plenko. Shot's no good. Physical encounter underneath. Wolves still with possession from just inside 15 feet is Benning. She draws a foul. Be on Caton. That's foul number 2. Benning will go to the line. First shot is good for Benning. Hadley Robinson comes in for the Eagles along with Caroline Codner. Benning's second shot on the way. Swished both of them, 23-12, Milford. Approaching the 2-minute mark in this 7th grade girls contest. West Clermont trying to chip away at what's been a big Milford lead since the first quarter. Traveling call on West Clermont at the other end. Kayla Main will try to inbound the ball. Racing in is Tassiello. The ball's tipped away. Eagles will maintain possession a little closer to the corner this time. Pressure being applied, and that inbounds attempt went right into the hands of Steele, who's going to bring it down, pull up, shots off the mark. And we're going to have another tie up underneath. Ball will stay here with the Wolves. .149 to go in this one. ECC 7th grade girls basketball, 3-pointer. No good. Rebounded by the Wolves. They're going to kick it back up top to try to reset the offense. Driving in was Planko. It'll be the 3rd foul on Caitlin Tassiello, sending Planko to the free throw line, or Plank, excuse me. Shot is up and good for Plank. Second shot forthcoming, cuts the deficit down to 10 points. Second shot is good. So Plank 2 of 3 from the free throw line in this game. Single point deficit now. It's down to 9, 23-14. Approaching the 92nd mark. Ball was tipped away by Magdich. And West Clermont will take their 3rd timeout of the game with 1:28 remaining. So things definitely have gotten interesting here in the 4th quarter. West Clermont able to make some free throws and score baskets and cut this deficit back down into the single digits, as I mentioned a moment earlier. So I'd imagine what they're talking about in the West Clermont huddle is continuing to be aggressive on offense. Try to get back to the free throw line if in fact they can't get a clean shot off. Milford now 10 team fouls, so any foul committed by an Eagle will result in 2 free throws for the Wolves. The Wolves holding at 9. Here you see Coach Adam Langdon breaking the huddle with his Eagles. Eagles ball. Down in their offensive half court. Ball's inbounded cleanly. They're looking for Robinson underneath. She'll put a desperation shot up and draw a foul. It'll be on Jazzy Workman. Hadley Robinson 0 of 2 from the free throw line so far in this game. She'll get a chance to shoot 2 more here. Both teams in the double bonus now. First shot is good. Nice arcing shot by Hadley Robinson. Back end on the way. Nailed them both. Now an 11-point lead. Eagles push the lead back into double digits. Trying to force that ball for the Wolves inside to Magdich. It's going to result in another turnover. Now we're going to have a foul, as Maine was trying to get over midcourt. So Maine missed her lone free throw attempt earlier in the game. High shot bounces around, can't get the bounce off the front iron. Second shot on the way. Second shot is good. Maine with 4 points in the game. Timeout, West Clermont. Deficit up to 12 points now after the free throw. Just 67 seconds left to decide this one. West Clermont looking to draw something up offensively to try to get this lead back down to 10 points, if not into the single digits at 9 on their ensuing possession after this timeout. West Clermont reviewing defensive assignments. What's going to happen for them coming out of the huddle? I don't know that West Clermont was ever able to draw up a play. They'd just be calling out something that they've already got in the playbook. Gonna roll it down to near midcourt to save a couple of seconds. Workman underneath, all by herself. The pass went over Robinson. Workman's shot was off the mark. Robinson comes up with it, but it's stolen away by Benning. West Clermont had hung on to possession until an out of bounds call on the far side of the court. Eagles ball. Cassiello. Long pass over to Caton. Caton is tied up immediately. Milford's ball on the alternating possession. They'll have it just a few feet down from where West Clermont tried to bring the ball in. Caton inbounds. Milford working the ball around the perimeter, under 40 seconds now. Probably going to try to dribble this one out as much as possible. And a foul. Workman will pick up her second foul of the game. It's going to send Robinson back to the free throw line for a pair. 2 of 4 from the free throw line at this point in the game. 3 in a row for Robinson now. Allie Carell's going to check into the game for the Wolves in place of Plank. Robinson now with her second shot. That one's off the mark. Out of bounds in the far corner. Clock frozen at 1/10 under 30 seconds. Plank's going to check back in for Workman. Tried to get it into Tassiello. She had it in her hands, but it slipped off. Now no clear possession on the floor and another tie-up. So it'll be Wolves ball. Underneath the Eagles basket, 20 seconds exactly remaining. Again, Gwen Miller will let it roll a few feet before picking it up. Just inside, three-point line shot is no good. Robinson to come up with it for the Eagles. Ball was taken away by Magditch, and a foul is going to be called on Caton of Milford. That's her third. Magditch 0 for 3 on her free throw attempts in this game. First shot's up. A little too hot coming in, bounces off, second shot on the way. High arcing shot that time, and she got the bank off the glass. So nice adjustment on the second free throw there by Magditch, and an intentional foul is going to be called. Which will result in technical free throws. And that's going to be called on Magditch. So that's going to send Michaela Main down to the other end for pair of free throws, and Milford will maintain possession after those two attempts. First shot on the way, bounces in and out. 27-15, just under 11 seconds to go in this one. Main second shot is up, bounced off, back of the rim. So Milford will get the ball. Be Codner trying to get it inbounded, which she does to Tassiello. Tassiello pulls up, passes to Robinson. Caton had come up with the ball and stepped out of bounds, so the Wolves will have the ball with just 3.5 seconds left. Inbounded to Magdich. Magdich is going to take care of it. Nope. Game's not over. We're going to get a blocking foul on Milford. So everybody thought the game was over, but referee gave Coach Rainey the shot, or the chance to decline the shot, and she wanted to take it. So Magdich will go back down for her third or fourth trip to the free throw line tonight. She's 1 of 5 so far, but she's got 2 more before this one's in the books. That shot won't go. Last shot on the way. This will be the last shot of the game. Magdich taking her time. Shot is up, but it won't get the bounce either. So in a contest that featured aggressive defense by both ends, the Milford Eagles emerged victorious 27-15. They move to 9-2 overall and 7-1 in the ECC. The Wolves will fall to 2-6 overall and 1-5 in the ECC. For our executive producer, Jason Dudley, our producer director, Josh Simtrot, as well as our student camera operators, I'm Glenn Olson. You've been watching ICRC-TV Sports.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard.
I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to put on my uniform after school.
And restore pride. We are people working cooperatively. Our typical client earns less than $14,000 annually and cannot afford the critical repairs they need to safely live at home, where they desperately want to be. Our services truly change lives, one repair at a time. Our professionally trained staff, along with 25,000 volunteer hours annually, has provided more than 280,000 services for low-income, elderly, and disabled homeowners in our communities. Every service makes an impact. Homes we service have an increased sales price of 10%, and even the value of surrounding homes increase upwards of 3%. Our energy conservation services save clients an average of $300 a year. These total savings from all customers equals over $200,000 in outstanding energy bills paid. With safer living environments, almost 50% of our clients reported improved health, and many are seeking medical attention less frequently. By living healthy at home, over $54,000 in state and federal funds can be saved annually for each client that does not need to move to assisted living. PwC's impact is more than just dollars and cents. Stable homes create stable families, which means children who are moving less frequently can achieve higher academic success. We are an investment in the future. More people living safely in their own home paints a brighter future for everyone, but we can't do it alone. We need your help to continue to build a brighter future for the entire community. Give back and get involved at pwchomrepairs.org.
UDF or Graders?
Graders.
Skyline or Gold Star?
Skyline.
Hi, I'm Nick Foligno of the Columbus Blue Jackets. From the youth leagues all the way up to the NHL, sportsmanship is one thing that we can all have in common. The thrill of competing is great, but how we compete is important. Sports can teach kids so many more lessons than just winning and losing, and we can all make this experience a positive one that builds character and makes memories that last a lifetime. In the stands and on the ice, we can all do our part to make this a great event. Together, let's all respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps! Did Pete saying mean things bother ya?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to team-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard. I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to put on my uniform after school.
Milford Eagles!
Milford Jr. High School for 8th grade girls basketball. Tonight, the Milford Eagles are hosting the West Clermont Wolves. Let's turn it over to Junior High School Athletic Director Mark Trout to introduce the players for both teams.
ICRC-TV.com when the game is over. So thanks to ICRC-TV. And now for the West Clermont Wolves. Number 5, Shelby Allen. Number 25, Emily Arnold. Number 33, Caroline Batchelor. Number 35, Jamison Clay. Number 1, Ariana Cooper. Number 15, Lainey Demmett. Number 10, Jenna Dufresne. Number 43, Riley Evans. Number 50, Caitlin Lee. Number 42, Kate Little. Number 21, Macy Ritter. And number 44, Ella Tucker. And the Wolves are coached by Jason Jacobs and Madison Hartung. And now for your Milford Eagles. Number 3, Elena Gill. Number 10, Peyton Smith. Number 14, Caitlin Evans. Number 20, Jessica Corral. Number 22, Ashley Fennell. Number 23, Savannah Bishop. Number 24, Kelsey McKinney.
Hello again, everyone. Glenn Olson, joined by David Olson here courtside for 8th grade girls basketball. The West Clermont Wolves made the trip over from Union Township to take on the Milford Eagles. The Eagles come into this game with an 8-2 overall record, 6-2 in the Eastern Cincinnati Conference. The Wolves, a 2-5 overall, 1-5 in the ECC. The Wolves are coached by Jason Jacobs, and the 8th grade Lady Eagles by Christy McKinney.
Yeah, Glenn, you know, this is a very competitive matchup at the high school level, and I think Coach McKinney has brought that down here to the junior high level, obviously with her daughter, Kelsey, in 8th grade, and her oldest daughter, a freshman or sophomore at the high school level. So Coach McKinney is around this Lady Eagles basketball program, and she wants the best for this program. So I think we're in for a competitive matchup tonight, Glenn.
Just about set for the tip, and there it is. The opening tip's controlled by Milford. Very quickly down on offense, and stepping out of bounds was Jessica Carell.
I think that's how Coach McKinney is going to want to run the game tonight. She's going to want a very fast tempo and get the Eagles out to a hot start.
The Wolves were trying to get a long pass down to Kate Little. Went over her head, so Eagles ball down at the far end of the court. Milford will come down across half court. Wolves settled into a 2-3 zone defense. Nice strong step through move and then a pull up for McKinney. Shot won't go. Rebound, another shot goes up. It won't go. Coming up with it underneath is Carell. Her shot in and out. Getting control underneath for the Wolves, Riley Evans. Evans gets the ball back. She's kicking it over to her left side. Now they'll come back up top, and that one's going to slip away. Milford saves it. Thought that was going to trickle out of bounds, but tremendous effort over there by Jessica Carell to hang on to that one.
And they're working it into McKinney. McKinney obviously much bigger than the others, and it's going to be a travel. She just didn't really have a pivot foot, just kind of stutter step, but another quick turnover for Milford, and they'll be back on defense.
Yeah, McKinney a little aggressive. Maybe the ref got the travel on the push-off down there. Quick shot goes up by the Wolves. It won't fall. Rebounded by Milford. Still no score, a minute and 20 seconds into this game. Looking for McKinney underneath, and the pass came in just a little too hot.
I don't know if they're showing any favoritism to the coach's daughter, but I mean, obviously she's the biggest one on the court. Dare to the ball and get it up and into the hoop.
Yeah, pretty good size for these 8th grade young ladies on both teams. Some pretty tall players playing in those 4 and 5 positions.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And if you're Coach Fowles at the high school level, you got to love that, because these girls will be freshmen next year, and he can get them working into his system.
Dave Fowles in his second year as head coach at the varsity level, taking the reins from Christy McKinney. Had a tie up over there.
Oh.
Attempting that trick. We've seen that fail twice tonight. If you were around for our 7th grade game where West Clermont tried to throw it off the player guarding them, but that one came right back into the hands of the Wolves that time. So mass substitutions for the Wolves. Once again, settling back in on defense, being very aggressive up top, but Milford able to fight through it. That was Caitlin Evans who was able to ward off the very aggressive defense being applied by Shelby Allen.
Just a lot of long passes for the Eagles, Glenn. Like, we want to see shorter passes, ball fakes, and at least we want to get someone to the hoop.
Turnover Wolves. Carell comes up with it. She hangs on to it. Pass across to McKinney. The first points of the game are going to go to Kelsey McKinney, 2-0 Milford.
I think Milford's really going to look after her with her height, get her. She had 4 rebounds on that first possession down, and if she can get the ball and get a good shot, I think Milford can run away with this.
So a foul is going to be called on West Clermont. Jamison Clay pick up foul number 1. First free throw is off the mark for Ashley Claudel. Second shot is up, and it will fall through. 3-0 Milford, 3:44 in the opening quarter here from Milford Junior High School.
Looks like the Lady Eagles going with a 2-2-1 press against the Wolves. Wolves seem to break it pretty easily.
It's number 15, Lady Demet, who went up, and
a foul was on number 20, Jessica Carell, her first team first.
Very aggressive defense being put on display here at the junior high level, and a travel. Down at the other end on the Wolves, so another turnover. Milford obviously takes over, bringing the ball down slowly toward the timeline as Caitlin Evans. She let her dribble get out in front of her a little bit there, being closely guarded by Allen. Evans was able to get, and a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Christy McKinney and the Milford Eagles.
I think there was some confusion there, and that's why Coach McKinney called the timeout.
Yeah.
And just she was directing out traffic from the bench, and no one was really listening. So I think it's a good timeout to get the Eagles settled down.
Opportunities at the junior high level. Both of these teams been very aggressive defensively, and we saw that in their earlier broadcast, which you may have seen with the 7th grade teams. Both teams pressing pretty consistently throughout.
Which I think is a good thing to learn at the 8th grade, 7th grade level, just because you will be doing a lot of pressing in the high school level. And obviously Coach McKinney, a former high school coach, she's going to bring that defensive toughness to the junior high level.
Got to learn how to break it sooner or later, right?
Right, absolutely.
Learn how to play it.
Better later than never, or better earlier than never, sorry.
And there's a school of thought in youth basketball that players shouldn't play zone defense at the younger ages. You want them to learn how to play man-to-man defense so they're ready when you get to the athletic levels. Foul called against the Wolves.
I believe that was number 15.
So it'll be Lainey Demet, her first, team second. 2 team fouls for the Wolves, just one. We're under the halfway mark now in the opening quarter. Substitution on the way, Ariana Cooper.
And Caden Smith for the Eagles.
West Clermont ball. Spread out. That inbounds play, Macy Ritter come up with the ball. McKinney ends up coming up with it for the Eagles, and she's dribbling down. It's deflected away. Eagles ball down in the far corner in their offensive half court. Force it in to McKinney.
Travel.
They're going to get a travel. She tried to step around the defender.
McKinney's doing a great job. She's initiating contact. She's getting the ball. Just happy feet. If she can get that worked out, she'll be great.
Got to get that dribble in somewhere. But yeah, I agree with you. She's really aggressive offensively. The second traveling call on her tonight and a whistle.
Blue 35?
Yeah, should be Jamison Clay. And indeed it is. Milford will have possession, so that's 2 on Clay. 3 team fouls for the Wolves.
Oh, it should be open.
And 92 McKinney was out in front of her a little bit.
Wow.
She does the push off and it falls through. 4 points in the game for McKinney. Be curious to see if the referees tighten up on the push off down in the post position. Player stepped out of bounds. Rapid fire substitutions for the Wolves so far in this game. Shelby Allen checks back in, taking the place of Emily Arnold.
And these sidelines are tight here at the junior high, Glenn. You know, the high school level, we get a little bit lucky and blessed to have some more area over by the sidelines, but here at the junior high, obviously it's a smaller gym, so got to be careful when you're dribbling down the court.
Caden Smith brings it down. They feed it back into the lane to Claudel.
That was McKinney with another lay-in.
6 points now for McKinney. She's got 6 of the Eagles' 7. There's a steal by Gill. Gill goes up strong. It won't go. It's rebounded underneath by Bishop. will kick it out to Smith, and the offense will reset up top.
I think McKinney might be on pace for a double-double at this point.
Oh, Smith goes up and is fouled hard underneath. Foul is on Ariana Cooper. That's her first. That'll be the team's fourth. So Smith will go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Shot on the way, bounces around, and can't get it to come through. Clara Morlock comes in for the Eagles, as well as Kate Little for the Wolves. Second shot on the way by Smith. It bounces around, won't go. West Clermont with possession. Macy Ritter. She's being subjected to a press by Smith. She tries to push off. She's able to pass the ball away. We're going to have a little one-on-one. They get it away before McKinney can get in on the defensive action. Cooper with the ball up top for the Wolves is going to try her left side. She picks up her dribble, passes over to Allen. Allen with the long three-pointer, no good. Rebound underneath. Shot will not fall for Evans. Milford back down quickly offensively. Pass over to Claudel down into the corner. They're looking for McKinney underneath. She's trying to step through that defender and ends up drawing the foul, so she'll go back to the free throw line. Call that on Little or Evans?
I believe that was 43.
Okay, so that'll be Evans, her first. Kenny gets the inbounds. Smith back over to the corner. Three ball will not go. The ball's tracked down by Morlock on the far side. They feed it inside to McKinney, who goes up on the left side. No good. Gets her own rebound and the kiss off the glass. 8 points in the game for McKinney. She has 8 of the Eagles' 9. It's 9-0 here in the closing seconds of the opening quarter. This is junior high girls 8th grade basketball and Eastern Cincinnati Conference matchup between the Milford Eagles and the West Clermont Wolves from Milford Jr. High School. Anna Bishop finds an outlet to Morlock. Morlock's going to go to the basket. She's being pushed by Evans. Shot was off the mark. Rebounded by the Wolves. Claudel guarding Cooper. Cooper able to fight through it though. She picks up her dribble, passes it over to Little, then passes it to Evans. Evans looking for it back inside. It's off her fingers. McKinney comes up with it, and here come the Eagles. They're going to have to shoot quickly, under a second now, and they will not get the shot off. So at the end of one, it's Milford 9, West Clermont 0. We're going to step away to a break and be back with the second quarter momentarily.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps! Did Pete saying mean things bother ya?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Después de 15 años fumando, Eva Marie lo dejó. Existe una nueva prueba de detección del cáncer de pulmón que podría salvarle la vida. Dejaste de fumar, ahora empieza a detectar. Evalúa tu riesgo en salvatupulmón.org.
Welcome back to ICRC-TV Sports, our coverage of 8th grade girls basketball. An ECC matchup with the West Clermont Wolves and Milford Eagles from Milford Jr. High School. Glenn Olson and David Olson with you here courtside. It's been a one-sided affair so far. Christy McKinney's daughter, Kelsey McKinney, pretty much dominating this game with 8 of the Eagles' 9 points.
I think Coach McKinney's going to want to see that from her other daughter, Kaylee, tonight down at Taft High School as well. So Coach McKinney will skirt down 71 after this game and attend her older daughter's basketball game.
Boy, lots of contact in this 8th grade game, much more so than in the 7th grade game previously. A lot of reaching for the ball in that one, but much more physical contact here. trying to drive to the basket was number 10, Caden Smith. She gets fouled in the lane by Shelby Allen, who picks up her first foul of the game. Confusion on the floor, what was happening there, but inbounding the ball will be Charlotte No for Milford. She's able to do so to Megan Hawkins. Hawkins dishes it up to Smith. Three-pointer comes up from the right side, no good. West Clermont with control underneath. Here come the Wolves on offense, being led by Ariana Cooper. She fires up a three of her own, and this one falls through. So the first points of the night for the Wolves belong to Cooper on a three-point shot from the top. Approaching the 5-minute mark, 9-3 Milford.
A wide open lane, just lost control of the ball.
Back to take a look at this last basket on replay. Walk us through it, David.
Just great job in transition, and she realizes everyone stops or goes past her, so she's got a wide open three, and she's a foot or two behind the line.
Nice job that time coming back out of replay for the Eagles, getting a basket underneath. Another long shot's going to go up by the Wolves. It will not go. I believe that was Megan Hawkins with that last basket for the Eagles. Boy, no foul there, as the shot was put up by Bishop and she was pushed. Substitution by the Wolves, Caroline Batchelor.
It's funny how these officials are calling more of like the nitpicky calls, but they're not. Like, there's literally been like full arm extensions or elbows being waved, but you know, they might always be right, but they're never wrong, as we've learned over the years.
Caitlin Evans is going to check into the game for Caden Smith. A whistle at the other end. Foul will be called on Ashley Claudel of Milford. That's her first, the team's second. So foul's a little bit disproportionate at this point, with 6 for the Wolves, just 2 for the Eagles.
Absolutely. And there's a nice steal for the Eagles, number 31, Charlotte No.
No foul as she went to the basket. That's on Ariana Cooper. That's foul number 2. At the free throw line, Charlotte No. Good shot from our camera here on the stage at the junior high. First shot on the way is good. Substitution for the Wolves. Jamison Clay back into the game. She has 2 fouls. Another second shot on the way. A little bit of a push and it won't go, but a whistle.
Lane violation on Milford.
First I thought he was to say it didn't hit the rim, but that turned it into a lane violation. Trapping defense by Milford. West Clermont almost able to fight through it, but coming up with the ball is Evans. And West Clermont possession after that, assuming Evans stepped on the sideline.
I believe that was the call.
West Clermont just really struggled offensively. Here's a steal and a takeaway by the Eagles. Lefty goes up and it will not fall for Bishop. Left-handed layups, tough to make for right-handers. We're gonna see this on replay. Having a little technical issue there, so are we able to get the timeout in before?
I believe so.
All right.
It'll be a 30-second timeout for the Wolves, Glenn.
So that'll be the first timeout of the game, and it will be taken by the Wolves as they were up against a 10-second call. It'll be a 30-second timeout with the Wolves trailing 9-3. So what are they going to have to do to get back in this game based on what you've seen so far?
I think for the Wolves, they're really going to have to slow down the pace. You're down 9 points here about halfway through the second quarter. You need to slow down the pace. Milford likes the tempo up, so if they can slow down and play their own style of basketball, I think they'll be able to make some buckets and get back in it. But Milford has just been so aggressive on defense and getting steals and allowing the tempo to keep going. So I think it's going to be tough to slow down the pace if Milford is so aggressive on defense.
Seen some rushed shot by both teams, so I believe your point has a lot of merit. Slow down and try to find the best shot, not just a shot, but when you're down by 9 points, sometimes it gets a little difficult to do. You heave up a prayer and hope it goes in.
Right. You know, it's like when Cooper threw up that three. She was open. She had a lot of spacing between her and the defender, and why not take it? So I think really West Clermont here has to slow things down and find a way to get away from this aggressive defense.
Problem is the aggressive Milford defense you just talked about. You saw Megan Hawkins reaching over for that ball. Milford ultimately coming up with it. Was a foul called on the play. Ariana Cooper's going to check in for Shelby Allen. At the free throw line is Charlotte No. She's one of two from charity stripe so far, and make it 2 of 3.
Megan Hawkins, nice rebound.
Shot falls for Hawkins. She has 4 of the Eagles' 14. Make it 5, sorry.
No, sorry, it was a foul on number 5.
Okay, gotcha. All right. 3:31, 14-3. Milford out in front. Their lead continues to grow. They have possession. Correll is trying to inbound that ball over to Cartmel.
I think the Eagles really need a ball fake here. Try and get West Clermont off the pass, ball fake, and then dribble or shoot, whatever they find is to be best.
Correll's shot is deflected away. Now 3-pointers coming up on the move with Charlotte No. It won't go. No comes back up with the ball. She's going to try a baseline drive, and we're going to get a block called on Lainey Dimmitt of West Clermont. That's her second foul. Bunch of substitutions now for the Wolves. Ritter, Little, and Evans all checking in. Okay, that last foul is on Dimmitt.
I've noticed the officials are pretty kind of quick to like say who it is, and they usually don't. I've not heard a color. I just hear 1-5.
Yeah.
I'm like, who? So
we weren't seeing that in our 7th grade game. Referees were pretty good about pointing that out, so not sure what's changed. And switching to the 8th grade level. Saw No miss a free throw. She's now 1 of 4. We're going to get a blocking call at the other end. Foul will be called on Megan Hawkins of Milford. Her first, just the team's 3rd. West Clermont ball on the far side. Boy, struggling to get the ball inbounds because of that Milford defense. Nice step back. The shot won't go for Ritter. Rebounded by the Eagles, and here they come as the Wolves try to hustle back on defense.
Wide
Milford's,
open.
going to go ahead and force the issue. The shot won't go for Cartmel. Follow won't go either. Coming up the rebound is Evans. West Clermont will get another crack.
nice. Just so aggressive, Glenn. Milford just all over the ball, whether it's a deflection or what. I mean, they've got hands on the ball every time West Clermont tries to pass it.
Yeah, that was Correll of Milford. And then, yeah, to your point, they're just doing a really good job of taking away those passing lanes, which is really limiting the Wolves' options at this point. Oh, behind the shoulder shot. If that one would have went, I think we might have had a new one for the highlights on the intro package. But following through is Riley Evans getting her first points of the night. 14-5. 2:15 to go in the first half. Milford back down offensively with subs on the way. McKinney's going to check back in. Oh, nice move down in the lane. Falling away was Cartmel, and she was able to get to the ball before she was called with the travel.
You'll see just nice putback there from number 43 of the Wolves, you know, and that's what we've not seen a lot of. West Clermont's not got a ton of rebounds. Milford's had 99% of them, so that was a great job to get that and go back up with it strong.
Caden Smith waiting to check in. First free throw to Megan Hawkins falls through. We get a sub for the shooters. Smith is in, as well as Dimmitt for the Wolves. Megan Hawkins' second free throw on the way. Nailed both of them. And she'll get a breather. Be replaced by McKinney.
It's one tall body for another tall body. Lennon, you know, it's a two-headed snake right there for the Wolves.
Nice.
There's not a win-win situation.
Nice rotation. So there again, you see the Wolves having trouble. Cooper was being guarded closely. Nice follow, but a whistle underneath, and the shot falls for Allen. Foul will be called on Olivia Cartmel, her first, just the team's fourth. Addison Allen to the line, checking in, or not Allen, excuse me. It's going to be Lainey Demmett.
The junior flock over there making some noise, trying to throw her off.
Good turnout tonight. Shot won't fall, and it seems like the 18th lane violation we've had so far tonight.
I don't think they know. I think the people outside the three-point line have to go when it hits the rim. It's the old rule, but I think they think it's on the shot like everyone inside the lane. So that obviously can be confusing, but should be communicated. Oh, in and out.
Yeah, three-pointer for Savannah Bishop was all but through and just rattled off the far side of the rim and back out. Another foul. Will be on Kate Little, her first. Double bonus situation. So Kelsey McKinney will go to the line. First free throw on the way. Swishes it. Second shot forthcoming. Nailed both of them. 10 points now for McKinney. 10 of the Eagles. 17, approaching 1:30 to go here in the second quarter. Nice spin move by Allen, trying to get away from the defense, but a whistle. It's going to be called on Ashley Claudel, her second. Now Milford with 5. Wolves ball underneath their own basket. Come out of their inbounds play, wide open, shot is up. An easy doing for Shelby Allen there. She gets her first points of the game, 17-9.
I think that's what West Clermont needed, Glenn. Just a nice, easy basket where they can get back and clock's not running.
So we had a missed opportunity on the clock. The referees are going to run some seconds off here to try to get it back approximately to where they were. So clock will reset to 1:17 to go now. Sure, the scoreboard operator hit the button, it just didn't take. Shot came up from the right side, rainbowed over the basket, and another foul. Substitution, Claire Morlock's going to check into the game. As Clermont tries to break through the press, put another turnover.
Floater.
Yep, won't go. Struggle for control underneath. They'll kick it back up top, and the offense will reset. Resets quickly, though. Bishop looking for McKinney inside. McKinney in all kinds of defensive trouble, and she's going to be fouled by Kate Little. Second. So McKinney will go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. She's perfect so far tonight. 2 more on the way. Streak continues. No announcers jinx into the game. Arnold and Evans. Take a look back at replay here on this sequence that set up the foul, and there you can see the contact. McKinney misses, so Jinx kicked in that time apparently. We're under 50 seconds now. Wolves with possession, bringing it down quickly is Cooper. Cooper looks for someone to pass to. Finds someone up top, drive into the lane, and deflected away by the Eagles. Lainey Demmett had the ball. Elena Gill's going to check back in for Milford.
There's a nice shot of the junior flock.
Good turnout on this early January evening here. Trying to get it down to Morlock. Came in a little high. She was able to track it down, though. And tried the sort of sky hook, and it wouldn't go. Substitutions continue fast and furious. Jessica Carell comes in for the Eagles, replacing Savannah Bishop.
And you would think this is the end of the game, not the end of the half.
Lots of substitutions here in these junior high games compared to the high school games at this point. It's all about matchups, offensive and defensive specialists, like you're referring to at the end of the game, right? Nice shot went up there by Allen, but it hit the side of the backboard. Stayed in bounds, though. Backboard still part of the field of play.
Blue ball.
So Milford, another 9 points in that second quarter, but the Wolves matched them. So at the end of the first half, it's Milford 18, West Clermont 9. So lots of defense. Need to figure out some things in the locker room on defense or on offense, David.
Yeah, you know, Glenn, I just think if West Clermont can really slow down the tempo of the game and get into a good rhythm, I think they'll be able to get back into this. But I think Christy McKinney's going to have the Eagles up on them all day, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop that.
We're going to step away for a halftime break. We'll be back with the second half of action momentarily. You're watching ICRC-TV Sports.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
All right, your Milford Junior High dance team. All right, we're going to have a little fun with our Lycans halftime shootout. If we can have a representative from the Evans family and the No family. You're going to take some shots here, some free throws, some three-pointers, the Evans family and the No family. We've got some people that can come down and participate. Thank you to Lycans Oil Companies for sponsoring our Lycans halftime shootout. Come on down here, let's go. Come on down this way. You can send a representative if you want. Somebody's gonna have to come down and shoot. There we go, here we go. All right, they're gonna take a couple warm-up shots. And then we're gonna switch it up a little bit. They're gonna get a chance at a free throw and a three-pointer. So take a couple warm-up shots, 5 or 6 seconds here, a couple shots. There you go, look at that. All right, a couple more warm-up shots. Get loosened up. Trainer Sarah's still here if anybody gets hurt, so it's all good. All right, last warm-up. One more warm-up shot. All right, here we go. This is for real. You get to take a free throw first. You get to take a free throw first. If you make your free throw, you win a $25 Likens Oil gas card. Here we go. Give them some encouragement, fans. There we go. Oh, that's okay. All right. You're going to get one more shot from the three-point line. Here we go. The free throw. Oh, that was close. Okay, that's all right. One more try and get the three-point line for the Likens Oil $25 gift card. Here we go. Put that three in. Oh, that's all right. All right, here's our last chance of the night. Put it in there. Oh! All right, thank you very much for participating. Congratulations. Let's give a round of applause.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate. Because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Hey! There are amazing things to discover in the forest.
Toothless, time to go! What you picking up on, bud?
It's a whole hidden world of wonders. And the perfect place to spend time with family. What better place to let your imagination soar? Experience nature and create a memory you can share. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Back to the second half of this 8th grade girls junior high basketball game in the ECC with Milford and West Clermont. Things are moving rapidly here. Very abbreviated halftime. Teams back out on the court quickly and getting play underway. So everything that happened at the start of the quarter didn't count, so you didn't miss anything. So this will be the actual start of the quarter.
Yeah, here we go.
Everything happens for a reason. West Clermont inbounds the ball. Quickly down on offense, but off of the hands of Demet. Recovered over in the corner by Ritter. West Clermont now facing a little bit of trouble and another turnover. Here come the Eagles on the breakaway as Carell. Shot goes up, will not go on the follow. It's underneath the bottom of the backboard by Gill. Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, right. And as we were talking about, Glenn, I think Coach McKinney's going to have a fast pace no matter what here. So I think, coming out from the start, and as we see another steal.
Yep, Gill intercepts that pass, pulls up, shot on the way, no good. Rebounded by the Eagles. Another heave is put up by Carell. It won't fall. Struggle for control. Milford comes up with it though. Up top to Evans to reset. So back up and let the offense get into motion. Passes it down to Claudel, who's going to go inside to Gill. Ball gets kicked back out and out of bounds. Clock will stop at 5:08. Substitution for the Wolves in Cooper. Really not a lot of foul trouble for either team other than Jamison Clay, number 35 of the Wolves. She has 3. Did see a lot of fouls in the first half. Hopefully that declines a little, I guess, here in the second. Nice deflection there by Demet.
One would hope, Glenn. One would hope.
Let him play. Eagles ball.
Oh, nice play.
Yeah, McKinney was free and just couldn't hang on to the pass there from Carell, and quick whistle down on the other end. Let's see who that was called on. It was called on Milford. Trying to get it clarified here on the court.
Down there at the doorway is Anderson girls varsity head coach Phil Sheldon, the uncle to Elise Sheldon on the 7th and 8th grade white team. So out here supporting his niece tonight.
Former golf coach.
Yeah, former Milford golf coach, correct.
So that last foul on Milford's with the confusion there was on Caitlin Evans. So Milford, one team foul. None at this point for the Wolves at the 4:50 mark. Bringing it up slowly, Caitlin Evans. And a pass in the middle to McKinney. McKinney fights through the defense. Shot's going to go up on the right side and will send Jessica Carell to the free throw line. Foul was called on Emily Arnold, her first. A little bit of a frenetic pace here. High arcing shot, nothing but nylon for Carell, her first point of the game. 19-9, Milford out in front. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by the Wolves. Again, Milford coming out with the aggressive defense. Wolves trying to pass their way through it. Shot goes up inside the three-point line for Arnold. It's no good. Rebounded by McKinney and the Eagles. Here they come down quickly. Pulls up the dribble. McKinney's in a fight for it. Jump ball. Kate Little checks in for Milford, or for West Clermont, excuse me. Eagles ball on alternating possession. Not nearly the number of tie-ups in this game experienced in the 7th grade game earlier. They're trying to feed that to McKinney off her fingers. Saved in the corner by the Wolves, Cooper. Another Eagle takeaway, this one courtesy of Claudel. Carell was trying to go up to the hoop strong. She's going to be fouled by Shelby Allen. It's number 3 in the game on Allen now. Savannah Bishop comes in for Milford.
Caden Smith as well for the Lady Eagles.
Kenny quickly to Smith. Three-pointer from the quarter, off the rim, won't go. Rebound, it won't go. McKinney with the rebound. She's going to draw a foul. That'll be on Kate Little, and that'll be number 3 on Little. So all of a sudden, trio of Wolves in foul trouble with 3. Little, Clay, and Allen. Kenny at the free throw line. She's 3 of 4 there tonight. Make it 4-5. Demmett checks in for the Wolves in place of Little, who'll take a seat on the bench with those 3 fouls. Another lane violation. If you had the over-under 10 and took the over, you're a winner tonight on the lane violations.
What do you think the money line was at on that gun?
I don't know, but never seen so many lane violations in a game. And to your point earlier, it's got to be the confusion on that rule. Nice steal there by Smith.
Oh, nice pass. Sure. Yeah, I got to finish.
Sure was. Nice pull up by Gill. Eagles are going to hang on to it just inside the three-point line. Is Evans, it comes up short. The Wolves don't suffer as a result of that turnover. Get another crack on offense, but there's great defense by Evans. Nearly taken away. Boy, Milford's just going to go after it if you're going to sit there and hold the ball.
Yeah, they're going to take your lunch money, Glenn.
Yeah, the Wolves are going to have to protect that ball a little better.
He called that?
So a foul will be called on Caden Smith with the push. That's her first. He called a white foul, so it should be blue ball. Yeah, there we go.
Good Lord.
Don't make me have to be a liar. Checking back into the games. Claire Morlock for the Eagles. I heard him say white. I couldn't figure out why they were going to give it to a white jersey. Good thing we didn't go to replay in high school sports other than the state finals of football, right?
Yet. I'm sure in the next 5 to 10 years we'll have it.
Jump ball. Well, the proliferation of coverage that's occurring in sports now, not only by organizations like ourselves here at ICRC, but with schools doing their own thing with iPads and mediums such as Twitch and whatnot. I don't know, I'd be curious to see how the state would end up regulating that, or more accurately, the NFHS. Shot goes up way high, not near the basket. Easy pickings for Gill to bring it down. She'll hand it off to Smith.
And I think, Glenn, to your point about the NFHS, it's with the OHSAA being a governing body within itself, they can do whatever they want, and then the NFHS can decide to make it an open thing that anyone can do, or just some states. And I think Jerry Snodgrass up at the OHSAA is a big advocate for that and using the technology to the best of its advantage.
Foul was called by Caitlin Evans. Megan Hawkins is going to check back in. But just to close the thought on the replay, sometimes that's Pandora's box when you open it up. Just look at the NFL playoffs this past weekend in the wild card round. Sometimes it doesn't solve everything.
Correct.
And in the first round of the college football playoff games as well. Boy, the frenetic pace just continues. West Clermont able to take advantage of it that time, and Riley Evans gets her 4th point of the game, 20-11. Deficit back down into single digits.
Ooh.
Off the mark for Bishop. West Clermont with control. That's Riley Evans bringing it down, being guarded closely by Claudel. Looking underneath for Allen in the post. Ball was deflected away by an Eagle. It will stay with the Wolves. 2:24 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, should be a layup for Milford.
Not on the same sheet of music there. Easy turnover. Driving to the basket is Savannah Bishop. She's going to be fouled by .35. I thought they were going to call it on Evans, but they ended up calling it on Caroline Batchelor. That's her first. Thank you for that. Going to the free throw line is Savannah Bishop, her first trip to the free throw line tonight. Opens off the mark. Second one on the way.
Free throws, free throws, free throws.
A lot of missed ones tonight. That's for sure, other than McKinney. It's only missed one. You would expect that from a coach's daughter, though, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Another whistle. After the free throw, Eagles ball. Bishop inbounds it to Claudel. Claudel dribbles up top, cross court to Smith. Offense goes in motion. Smith with the ball up top.
Oh, open.
Yeah, nice three-pointer. And then an elbow in the face for your effort. Savannah Bishop's three-pointers off the mark. Smith back right over to Bishop, and they're going to be a little more aggressive this time. Jump ball. Stay with Milford.
I think West Clermont really has to do that if they want. I mean, it's only a 9-point game, but they need to be much more aggressive because Milford is initiating all of the aggression right now.
Smith drives to the hole, backs out, pulls up for near a three. Won't go down. Megan Hawkins is going to tie it up underneath with Lainey Demet. Ball goes in favor of the Wolves, or the arrow in favor of the Wolves.
I think if you also had the over on jump balls, you would be a winner tonight.
7th grade blew this one away. She's only 5 or 6. And a quick foul on Ashley Claudel. That's number 2, but understand your point. Both teams are going after the ball very aggressively.
They're quick whistles, Glenn. Like, I mean, usually like officials will let them scrum for a little bit, but as soon as you see 4 hands, it's thumbs up.
No travel call there. They're saying she didn't have possession. And Lainey Demet puts that through the hole.
Nice shot.
Savannah Bishop, yeah, with the nice shot in the lane, it won't go. And a whistle.
And you know, a lot of people would have said over the back for that, but that's actually not a foul call, Glenn. Okay. Whether you know it's a push where everyone's like over the back, over the back, over the back. That's not a foul call. Okay. As much as you want it to be, it's going to be a push in the back.
Okay.
Just a fun fact of the day for you.
There you go. Here to educate our viewers. Allen down in the corner, being closely guarded by Carell and using that end line as another defender. Kate Lodell's going to check back in for the Wolves in place of Demet. Eagles ball.
It's about 100 degrees in this Glen right now, Jim.
pretty good crowd on hand here.
All that body.
The spectator bleachers are pretty full, and the 7th graders and the associated personnel still on hand here for the 8th grade game. Shot don't go. A little one-on-one situation here for the Wolves. Allen's going to get the bank.
Thought the bank was closed on Wednesday nights after 6 o'clock, but what do I know?
We'll stay open late at the junior high. Allen heaved that one up and got the bank. It's a 4-point game all of a sudden. Going after that ball aggressively. It's Claudel. West Clermont able to fight through it. 30 seconds to go now in the 3rd quarter. 4-point game. West Clermont's being a little more judicious with the ball now, but there's an opportunity for a tie-up. Let's go back and take a look at the 3 by Allen with the bank.
Just has a foot right behind the line, pressure in front of her and behind her, and banks it home. That top corner of the glass, the square on the glass, that's usually a money spot if you're trying to bank it in. Great drive from the Eagles. There it is.
Yep, good ball movement by Milford, and Clara Morlock gets her first points of the game. The lead's back up to 6 for Milford. Under 5 seconds. Nothing West Clermont can do with it. They're just going to have to put up a desperation heave, which falls well short of the mark. So just 4 points in that 3rd quarter. And 7 for the Wolves. So the Wolves with a 7-4 advantage. We're going to step away and be back with the opening quarter in just a moment. Or the final quarter.
Shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Welcome back to ICRC-TV Sports coverage of 8th grade girls junior high basketball. The Milford Eagles hosting the West Clermont Wolves. Milford with a 22-16 lead heading into the 4th and one would think final quarter of this game. West Clermont with the winning 3rd quarter. Milford trying to make some adjustments, take the momentum away from the Wolves. Good ball movement by West Clermont, but you get down in the lane there and things are going to get messy.
Jump ball.
And there it is. Jump ball with possession to Milford. Substitution, Caitlin Evans back into the game. West Clermont settled into that half-court defense, though. Went away from the full-court pressure they were showing earlier in the game.
1-3-1, looks like they're running here, Glenn. That's tough to beat.
Wow. Quick whistle. Tie up.
Good Lord.
Okay, so West Clermont ball on the far side of the court. Able to inbound it. Milford applying that full-court pressure, though, trying to force a turnover. West Clermont's fought through it at this point. They get it across the timeline. Now what are they going to do with it? It's Clay with the ball. Passes it over to
nice cut.
Batchelor. Yeah.
And one.
Back into the lane for Clay. Foul be on Caitlin Evans of Milford. That's number 3 for her. And there you see Jamison Clay at the free throw line.
Shoots a nice smile to the camera. Hey, they're getting TV time too.
There you go. Free throw off the front of the rim. It will not go. Substitution for the Eagles. Elena Gills going to check back into the game for Clara Morlock. 4-point game. 22-18, 5:14 remaining. Milford jumped out to a 9-0 lead in the first quarter and led by 9 at halftime, but West Clermont has made a run. And there's another jump ball.
Both coaches very vocal.
Game got close all of a sudden. Nice feed to McKinney, who works around the defender, gets it into the basket. 14 points now for McKinney, 14 of the Eagles' 24.
Oh, nice. Oh, read that like a book.
Yeah, Gill was in the right place at the right time, but now she's going to be triple teamed. Results in a turnover. Go back and take a look at the last points here on replay.
Just very patient, throws it up to McKinney. McKinney, one power dribble, gets the ball up where no one else can get it, and puts it through for 2.
So a foul was called, which sends Lainey Demmett to the free throw line. First shot will not go. Several substitutions. Katie Smith comes in for the Eagles. Emily Arnold came in for the Wolves. With Ritter, I believe. We're going to have another one for the shooter here with Kate Little checking in. Oh, second free throw won't go. It's rebounded by McKinney. Evans is going to bring it down. Nice switch over to her left hand on three-point land. Smith thought about putting that up. Now she runs into some pressure. And foul's going to be called on Shelby Allen. And that's number 4 on her. And Milford has taken a timeout with 4:32. So the lead's back up to 6 for the Eagles, but definitely not the double-digit lead that they had earlier in the game. What's Clermont done?
I think they've played their style of basketball. They've made some smart passes. Obviously, we're still seeing a lot of steals from Milford, but they're getting the ball in. They're taking open shots, and they're being aggressive. They're driving to the lane, and they're drawing the foul, and they're free throws. So go earn them at the charity stripe, and I think they've done a great job of that, and they've made Milford make some silly mistakes, whether it's turnovers or just steals, and I think West Clermont's really given Milford a taste of their own medicine.
Yep. And I think West Clermont's done a little better protecting the basketball, not seeing them stolen out of the front of their hands. They've gotten a little bit better at protecting that. Ball from the defender.
But I think Coach McKinney, she's very fired up right now. That was a quick timeout right after the foul. She just wants her team to listen to her, and I think coming out of this timeout, I think she's going to have the girls fired up and maybe push to end the game and keep pushing the lead.
So each team has taken one timeout at this point in the game. Fouls on Kelsey McKinney. Away from the ball. Coming into the game, Megan Hawkins for McKinney.
Well, so the official just made a comment to the scoreboard keeper that they don't shoot on an offensive foul. You do. It's on a player control foul, such as a charge offensively, so you're not going to shoot on that. So in his terms of the definition, that's a wrong call because you do shoot on offensive fouls.
That's fouls on Caitlin Evans, and that's number 4 on her. So yeah, player control foul. They called it on McKinney away from the ball. So I think that's what the referee meant to say.
Right.
Shelby Allen's going to go to the free throw line, shooting 1 and 1. First shot on the way, off the back of the rim, won't go. Megan Hawkins struggling for control with it with Emily Arnold. And the rule was last off Arnold. Milford will get possession. Smith bringing it up slowly. Milford trying to be a little more deliberate. Feed inside to Gill, and going to get a foul coming in from behind.
I think that's going to go on Little.
Yep. It's number 4 on her.
You got 5, use them, right?
Lainey Demmett's checking back in. Can't take them with her. Substitution for Milford as well. Claudell's going to come back into the game. She'll take the place of Caitlin Evans, who will take a seat with 4 fouls.
Deep 2.
Milford content to run things out on the perimeter, and that's Carell's first field goal of the night. She has 3 points now. Had a free throw earlier, and a travel is called on the floor.
A little bit of a late whistle there, Glenn, but he got it.
Better late than never.
Exactly.
Correll will inbound in front of the Wolves bench. Gently passes it over to Smith. Smith battling through the defense. They'll go back out to the perimeter game. Long three-pointers coming up. Up two. Jessica Correll had her foot on the line, or just inside the line, apparently. Nice steal by Gill. Gill's going to kick it back out to Claudel. Claudel will go up top and reset the offense. Not seeing as much motion as we saw earlier. Another long three-point attempts off the mark for Correll and a whistle.
101 for the Eagles.
Macy Ritter plus Clermont called for the foul. As David said, one-on-one situation. So Megan Hawkins go to the free throw line. She's 2 of 2 from the charity stripe tonight. Can't get the bounce.
Nice
but she gets her own rebound, and she'll take 2 points that way. 8 points now for Hawkins. Her and McKinney, the scoring leaders for the Eagles. Oh, that was a travel.
Yeah, wow. She had her passport out and ready to be stamped. She was traveling so far.
Momentum got her. So Milford is, through determination, worked the lead back up to 12 points in the first 3 minutes of this fourth quarter. It's 30-18 now.
Oh, she's open. 3-ball. Got it.
Oh, boy, that perimeter game is working for the Eagles. Caden Smith, her first points of the night after missing at the free throw line earlier.
I think West Clermont's so used to them being inside the paint. They've really done a great job of pulling the game out and shooting the ball and earning these or making these deep shots.
So before the ball was able to be dribbled out of bounds by the Wolves, Coach Jason Jacobs gets a timeout in. That's his second timeout of the game. So they'll have 3 for the final 2:46 here. Milford has taken just the one earlier when Coach McKinney brought her players over to reset the situation. Well, West Clermont got pretty close. Then Milford went to that perimeter game, weren't playing as much down in the post, and a couple of perimeter shots fall, and all of a sudden the lead's back up again, and then the nice follow on the missed free throw by Megan Hawkins as well for Milford.
I think Milford's really done a great job of answering. West Clermont had a big third quarter. Milford's come back, and it's like, no, we're not going to lose this game on our home court or on our own court. Coach McKinney's done a great job of getting our girls fired up and getting them ready to finish this strong and get another league win for the Lady Eagles.
Milford with an 11-2 scoring advantage at this point in the fourth quarter. So first, through the first not even 3.5 minutes, they've outscored the Wolves 11-2. Jamison Clay will inbound the ball right in front of the scorer's table next to the Wolves bench. She's able to do so, but Emily Arnold nearly dribbled right into a double team. She kicked it out, and there's another struggle for control on a tie-up, that time between Correll and Ritter. Ball with West Clermont, alternating possession. Steal that time by Correll. She's on her way to the basket. She's going to be fouled hard from behind by Ariana Cooper. It'll be number 3 on Cooper. Just the 9th foul. Take a look at the replay here. You're going to see this comes in after the steal, but then there's the hack by Cooper. Free throw high and arcing will not go through for Correll. A couple of substitutions coming in. No. And Cartmel for the Eagles. We also had a Wolves substitution. Second free throw on the way. Another high arcing shot. This one goes off the front iron.
She's wide open.
Unobstructed to the basket. An easy layup for Shelby Allen. 6 points in the game for her. 6 of the Wolves' 18. Deficit down to 13, approaching 2:15.
I think Hawkins needs to post up there.
Oh, driving shot and getting the roll. Olivia Cartmel. She got the bounce and then got the roll.
Friendly rims, friendly rims.
her first points of the game.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Right by her. And one.
Yeah. So 2 points for Lainey Demmett. Going to call that on Olivia Cartmel. That's foul number 3. Bishop in for the Eagles Riley Evans for the Wolves. Free throw went up and a little bit hard off the back glass, didn't hit rim for Demmett.
Agree to disagree. Oh, she's open. One more.
Yeah, Wolves came down to press and Milford beat it pretty easily.
3 ball.
On the left side, will not go. It's going to be rebounded by Evans for the Wolves. Passes it back over to Demmett. Actually, it's Arnold.
Open 3.
3 won't go. Rebounded underneath by Hawkins. Passes it back over to Carell. 1:20 now. Milford with a 13-point lead. Time to play a little keep away.
Absolutely.
Clean passes. We tried to pass it to Megans, who was double covered in the lane. Turnover for the Eagles. Approaching the 1 minute mark now. West Clermont needs to get some shots up, and there's a long 3. Comes in off the mark for Ritter.
You know, Glenn, if I'm Milford, stand in the corner and make them foul you. You're up this big and late in the game. Make them foul you. Pull the ball out and pass and go to the free throw line.
Milford's going to pass it around, and there's a foul. Lainey Demmett picks up foul number 3 for the Wolves. Both teams in the double bonus situation now. 39.4 seconds. Clock stop for Ashley Caudell to go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. First shot no good. She can't get the bounce. Campbell, Batchelor, and Little coming into the game for the Wolves. Caudell's second shot on the way. Lane violation.
The shooter can also not leave until it hits the ring. But again, the umpteenth or 4 millionth lane violation we've had.
Never seen so many lane violations in a game as I have in this one.
Was it a 24-minute game?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Stolen away by Bishop. Bishop's going to try to take care of it herself. And she's fouled in the lane. It's on Kate Little, and if I'm right, that's number 5. And it is. She waves to her teammates and comes off the court. And finally,
didn't even have a substitution.
Yeah, Macy Ritter going to come into the game.
I got 5. I'm done. I get to sit down.
Well, I take it that she's encouraged to use her fouls. She seemed pretty happy to foul out. Free throw on the way and is good. Savannah Bishop puts the Eagles up by 14 with just under 22 seconds left. That one rolls in and out. It's going to be batted around. Saved inbounds. Wolves come up with it. Dribbling down is Ritter. Ritter with the one-on-one. She'll put a shot up from the perimeter. It won't go. It's going to be rebounded by the Eagles underneath, and see if they get a shot off or just content to let things go. Looking for one more shot was Savannah Bishop. So your final score, Milford 36, West Clermont 22. So West Clermont had 6 points in the fourth and final quarter. Milford had 14. So West Clermont made it close in the third, but Eagles able to pull away at the end. Your final thoughts?
I think Milford's just a tough team, and I think Coach McKinney's done a great job with them, and I think they're going to be a tough team to beat in the ECC 8th grade girls conference come late February, early March run.
So the Wolves will fall to 2-6, 1-6 in the ECC. The Eagles will improve to 9-2, 7-2 in the ECC. As a reminder, if you'd like to volunteer, join us here as announcers or learn how to operate a camera or operate the production truck or a studio production, we need you. Contact Jason at ICRC-TV.com. Jason at ICRC-TV.com. Thanks again to our student camera operators tonight, for our executive producer, Jason Dudley, our producer director, Josh Simstrot, and my partner, David Olson. I'm Glenn Olson. You've been watching ICRC TV Sports.